welcome back, and today we're going to look at why the 1.7 update is so amazing. Alright everyone, thanks for joining. So today I'm basically going to talk about the 1.7 update. I was one of these people who was straight into the forums, ripping it to shreds, saying how we missed out, we haven't got this, we haven't got that. But I was just spitting my dummy out and sulking when I finished work that week. I spent some time on it over the weekend and it's up there with the 1.6 update, that's for sure. So what I'm going to do is just run through some of my favourite parts of it. I'm not going to go through everything because we're all different players. We all enjoy different parts of the update. But we're going to start with a basic cover of what the update involved.
Told someone.
Anyway, so this is the list according to Fender. And we can see it's got quite a lot in it. We've got 4 new amp models, 6 cabs. We've got, I think it's 23 new effects pedals, and of them, 4 of them are overdrives or boosts. We've got 7 delays, 4 reverbs. We also have loads of new IRs, which I'm not going to go into because I don't really use them. You know, the Tonemaster is that versatile. You can get any sound you want without even touching the IRs, in my opinion. But they are great. I'm going to do a few videos focusing on them in the future. So, some of the new enhancements we have on this software. We've got lots of MIDI improvements. MIDI over USB. MIDI messages can now be sent or received over USB. They've given us more block presets, and basically block presets are where you want to store a generic amp and effects setting for when you want to build cabs, when you want to build presets. It just saves time. They've increased that to 500. Loops 3 and 4 can now be added to the mic and line signal path, which is great if you're a performing musician. And loads of little general improvements, which I'm not really going to go into in this video. I'm going to focus on the gravy. I'm going to focus on what turns me on and what's got me excited about this update. So let's go to the gravy, and the main things I'm going to talk about in this video, which are the amps and the effects. We've been short on metal amps in the Tonemaster. You know, we had the Soldano and the Messer and the Uber, but none of them was screaming out to me as the go-to metal amp. We're blessed in this one. We've got the Petrol the Petrol amp, which is basically the Diezal VH4, and we're going to have a good look at that. It's an absolutely astounding amp. Yeah, so basically I'm going to focus on the gravy in this video. I'm going to focus on the amps and the effects, and that's basically about it. That's what turns me on, that's what I bought the unit for, and that's what I love about this update. So let's dive into it.
You're going all silent and meek on me. You remind me of my first wife.
I'm certainly not meek.
Oh, I bet you're not, baby.
No, definitely
Go on,
not.
give me a growl. Give me a growl like a tiger. Can you do a tiger?
I'll tell you what, if you come to the door, I'll give you more than a growl. You get a punch in the face if you keep talking to me like that.
Alright everyone, so I'm just going to quickly dive into the effects and what's included in the update. There's 23 effects in all, far too much to cover in one video, so I'll probably do a few separate videos, one on the overdrives, one on the delays, the reverbs, etc. I saw an amazing video the other day on a YouTube channel by Riff Degenerator, and he creates a real heavy sound using the Wave Morph synth, and it's the best video I've seen yet for using the synth, so go check it out, Riff Degenerator. I just want to say some of my favourites are the Zen Overdrive, which is the Tonemaster, also Sapphire Drive, which is the blues driver. I love the stereo digital delay, it's pretty cool and it looks really retro in the green skin. And the Wave Morph looks really interesting. As I say, I'm going to explore more on that after seeing the video by Riff Degenerator. So now let's have a quick look at the pedals of what we've got. So starting with overdrives, we have the Tonemaster, which is based on the Zen Tonemaster Overdrive. Great for the dumble sound, as I keep mentioning. These pedals are like 230 quid in the shops. Now, I'm not saying this is as good as the real thing, but it's close, and it allows us to use this sort of tonal palette in a musical setting. You know, I doubt I'll be able to access all of these pedals on this update, just to financial reasons and, you know, justification. You know, can I justify going out and spending 250 quid on a boutique overdrive just because I want to sound like one of my artists? It's understandable if it's your first overdrive, but when you've got 5 already, you know, the excuse starts to wear a bit thin with the misses. So that's the Tonemaster Overdrive, beautiful pedal. Next pedal we have is the Sapphire Drive, and this is based on the classic Boss BD2 blues driver. Amazing pedal for blues, also an amazing pedal just to use as a stacked overdrive. Then we've got the XP Exotic, or the XO Boost as it's known on the Tonemaster Pro, and this is a great boost pedal which I've read that a lot of players leave on during their entire sound to add a nice mid scoop. So I've been trying that and I think it's brilliant. We've got the SDD Boost, originally based on a Korg SDD 3000 delay rack mount. Apparently the Edge used to use it as a sort of boost in his live rig, so that's been thrown in, and that's been a surprise for me, this pedal. I've had lots of fun with this pedal. So going into our reverbs, so what Fender have done with these reverbs is they haven't based them on pre-existing pedals such as spring reverbs and hall reverbs and stuff. They've created them using IRs to be really responsive, And the 4 new blocks, or these 4 new pedals, represent sort of like acoustic environments, if you will. So the first one, Vast Convolution Reverb. This is like a sort of chamber reverb, really spacious, adds like a sort of dimensional quality, really handy for just having fun. This next one, Ethereal Convolution Reverb, I'm not even sure whether I've said that right. This is my favourite of the 4, it's just really good for experimenting with like sort of atmosphere and expansive soundscapes. I think it's originally a whole reverb algorithm, but lots of fun, so go check that out. This is the Retrograde Convolution Hall. Again, just a really big expansive hall reverb, lots of fun. And lastly, they've given us the Alkaline Convolution Plate Reverb, which I'm not an expert on reverbs, but this is like a really rich, dense, classic plate reverb. Onto our delays. So they've given us 7 delays in this update, but actually they've only given us 4 because the 5th, 6th and 7th delay are just stereo versions of previous delays. So what we've got is the digital delay, or the stereo digital delay as Fender call it, and this is just like a real basic delay, real retro looking, and I've played with it quite a lot and I've had loads of fun. The next delay we have is the digital hold delay, and I was a bit gutted with this because I thought it'd be a freeze pedal, and it's not, it's just classic hold pedal. Hopefully Fender will get the Terra Echo in soon and that will give us the freeze option, but until then we're stuck with experimenting with pedals like this. A good addition, and they've gave us the stereo version as well. They also gave us the Prime delay, which is a really renowned delay from the 70s, studio quality. I think it's originally based on the Lexicon Prime delay, hence why they've called it the Prime delay. Going into the 80s, they've given us another rack mount based on the Lexicon PCM4R, I believe, which was really influential in studios in the 80s. A lot of people online are saying this has got a similar vibe as well to the TC Electronic 2290, but I've not explored both of them, so I'm yet to discover it, and I've only had a little go with it on the TMP, but it's a lot of fun. As I say, they've given us a few other stereo options of the pedals there, given 7 delays in total. Going on to the synths, these are just bonkers, and I don't want to really talk much about these because I'm going to do a separate video. I'm going to spend a good few weeks exploring them and get my head around them. But they've given us the Atheon synth, the Cerberus synth, and the Wave Morph synth. And as I say, Riff Degenerated on YouTube is a great channel with a great video on the Wave Morph synth, so go check that out. So I think what Fender are doing with the synths is they're not based them on like any specific pedal. It's like Fender representing their own sort of polyphonic guitar synth engine. So it'll only get better as they improve over each update. So I'm looking forward to see that develop. Anyway, I just want to thank you all for checking out the video, and if you're still here, you're legends. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Have a great week, everyone.